With Bendayer making his debut for Man United today, as we take on, I think the team is called, is it Newport? Onana is set to return after his team was going to have to be knocked out of the African Cup of Nations by the side of Nigeria, and he's set to fly to Manchester United, and he might be on the next flight to Manchester after the humiliation that the national team coach of Cameroon, Song Birong, is going to have to take him through. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And let's see close to 100 likes, smash this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Today is a Sunday in my country. By the time of recording, I don't know what time it is for you. People in Nigeria, I think you are having like 2 hours to go into Sunday. London, 3 hours. America, it's like 7-8 hours to go in there for you. But you're also going to talk about Hannibal and why he has been dropped by the Sevilla national team in the game we're going to have to play today, and the team, the manager, has going to have to speak out onto Hannibal. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and allow me go into Andre Onana returning. Now, Andre Onana left Man United after he was in between the stitches as he took on the team of Tottenham Hotspur at Manchester United. The game ended 2-2, and out of the 2 goals that we went in through, I would think the second one would have gone ahead to do better because it never went onto the near post, and he had obviously all chances to save it, but he went ahead and really missed out on the first game of Cameroon. The second game, where they lost 3-1, I think they are playing Senegal. The manager thought they never put in a very beautiful performance. That's why he went ahead to drop him, and after dropping him, he brought in his cousin, and his cousin has been in stitches today, and Andre Onana has been dropped. Now, I've seen people coming out and really sharing narratives about Andre Onana on how bad he is. It's not good to be a goalkeeper of Man United, and he has gone ahead to obviously coming through and get dropped by the Cameroon national team coach that his song Rigobert Song, and people called out Eric Ten Hag for not discovering something that the Cameroon national team was going to have to discover. And what people don't understand is that Andre Onana, ever since he returned to the Cameroon national team, I think in November, October, November, he has been in between the stitches. You know that very well. And people believe that the goalkeeper is the problem. And I ask them, if Andre Onana was the problem, why is it that today they've gone ahead to concede 2? And in their previous game, they conceded 2. Even at Man United, Andre Onana is not the problem. What people don't know is that they think that football is like magic, A goalkeeper needs to really get time to obviously settle in. I know most of you don't agree with me on this, but most of you have not been supporting Man United. But I can tell you, some of the goalkeepers that Man United went ahead to bring in through, when they're really good, but they came in here and obviously flopped. Let everyone tell you who watched Peter Schmeichel. It took him time to settle in, Then the biggest goalkeeper we signed from the World Cup of 1998, that was Fabian Barthez. He was the best goalkeeper at the World Cup of 1998. Sir Alex Ferguson went in for him. When he went in for him, you know what happened? He really looked ugly. Very, very ugly, And we lost a Premier League title courtesy of him. I remember that game ended 3-1 at Old Trafford. Arsenal went ahead to beat us there, and he gifted like 2-3 goals to Thierry Henry. So that was him. And for him, he never even settled in because he costed us very many goals. You remember the likes of Tim Howard when they came in through, took them time to settle in through, and then they left. Edwin van der Sar came in through and settled in because of his experience. He was like 30 years of age. That's when he came in that money. I think it was 33. I think it was like 33 years of age when he came into the club of Man United. Huge experience from Juventus, Ajax. Then he came in through at Fulham, and then Sir Alex Ferguson signed him for Man United, and he was really great. 3 Champions League finals. He won lots of Premier League titles, FA Cup, Carabao Cup for the club of Man United because of his experience, and it played a lot into his United success. Then the other guy that came in through, David De Gea. I've seen most of you saying David De Gea wouldn't have gone ahead to leave, but do you know how David De Gea came to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world? In 2011, Sir Alex Ferguson wanted Edwin van der Sar to extend his contract for at least 1 more year. That is it. Van der Sar said, I had promised my wife that I'm going to be with her in Netherlands after the 2011 season, and we lost the last game of the season to Barcelona at Wembley. The game ended 3-1. Lionel Messi and I think and Suarez, were on target. So what Ferguson did, he went ahead and signed David De Gea. But if you go back and look at how David De Gea commenced his season at the club of Man United, guys, it was not all that good. And he was just 19. So it took him 1.5 seasons to settle in. But after settling in, everyone got to know that Sir Alex Ferguson had to make a very good decision. Now, this is Andre Onana's first season at the club of Man United. And I'm asking myself as why people are really judging him like this. I'll call out his mistakes, but don't say that he needs to be sold, because before he came in here, he was one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Pep Guardiola, after the finals of the Champions League where they beat Inter Milan by 1-0 where Andre Onana was playing, he said, when they are preparing for teams, they don't usually prepare for the goalkeeper. But when they are playing a team that has Andre Onana, they prepare for the goalkeeper of Andre Onana because they know his influence in how the team is going to play. And Andre Onana has not gotten a chance to play with this back four of Man United as wants to be, shielded by Casemiro. And I want to see how that is going to happen for the club of Manchester United when this guy comes in through to do the needful. So I really understand he has going to hit to cost us some goals, but I think he deserves to be the first goalkeeper. And when he returns, that means Ben Dayer is going to be really in goal for the game you're going to be playing against. Which side? The side is called Newport County. And Eric Ten Hag yesterday in the pre-match press conference went ahead to confirm to us that this guy is going to be in between the stitches for the side of Manchester United, and Andre Onana will be waiting in to obviously play in the midweek as we play away at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I know people will be saying Ben Dayer should be given a chance. I understand, I respect your opinions, but look through in what I'm obviously telling you. You should be looking through in what I'm really telling you about this guy, Andre Onana. With time to come, you guys are gonna really agree with me that you had not given this guy time. I really don't want to judge a player in his first season. That's why even Mason Mount, however much I never wanted us to sign him, I've gone ahead to give him a benefit of doubt. That you never know. At the end of his second season, he might obviously turn into a better player and really help the club. That's why I'm here to obviously let you know that I'm not here to not say what you guys want, but I want us to really be objective. I know that you guys have your problems, Andre Onana, but can you give him this season first? Because you've seen it that he comes in a season when the team is really troubled. We are not winning games, But I think we save the better for the future. That is it. Then Ten Hag confirmed to us yesterday that Ben Dayer, he will be in goal. What we can expect for him, he waits for his chance, but he's experienced, played in a big club in Turkey under big pressure. He knows how to deal with it. We were convinced, so we are looking forward to Sunday. Atelai is waiting for this moment, and this is his moment. He added on and said, on if Ben Dayer can cope up with the Emirates Cup pressure, said, you have been in Fenerbahce. Pressure, also Turkey, that is big pressure always. Also for the national team, so he knows how to deal with it. So he confirmed to us that Ben Dayer is going to be in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United, and a lot is going to go his side. So that is Eric Ten Hag, and we don't know what decision is going to be taken after Andre Onana returns, but it's 99% that Andre Onana is going to be the goalkeeper in our next Premier League game as we play away at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think he's going to play that team on Wednesday. So that's how we anticipate Eric Ten Hag is going to obviously make it. But when we go to Spain, Hannibal has been dropped and has not been part of the squad of Sevilla. And the manager, Kukui, who manages Sevilla, said that after being with Hannibal, talking to him and having seen his first minutes in the game of Girona, we are going to give him necessary space to understand where he is, that he's at Sevilla, and what it means. So, this is what I told people, that all is not right. This loan to Sevilla, I think the only reason as to why they went ahead to obviously go for it, it's because maybe the player wanted it. But however much a player is calling in for a certain transfer, that doesn't mean that you obviously supposed to obviously be given the mandate to really go where you want. I think it's always all about the technical team to get this guy a side that's going to see himself develop better. That's why I had insisted that I would have gone ahead to let him go to Everton. Why? Everton is in the Premier League, and I think the bare minimums that Sean Dyche really requires from every player, this guy has them. That is Hannibal. And that is physicality and running. He runs a lot and works hard a lot on the pitch. Talent-wise, he's good. You know, he tracks back very well, and he has a pass on him. I think we're going to help us better. If we had gone ahead to give him to Everton, and his season had gone ahead to go on well at Everton, trust me, with our interest in Amadou Onana, it wouldn't have even costed us a minute to convince them to use Hannibal as a make-weight, valued at like 20 or 30 million pounds, and then we add them more 30, and then we get Amadou Onana. That is business. That would have gone ahead obviously help us a lot at the club of Man United, but Sevilla has no player that we want. And this is how we have not gone ahead to be doing things. Maybe they really have a different structure altogether that they are looking at, and a lot is going to really come on through and see people do the best of luck. So for me, I feel a little bit not okay for Hannibal, because I thought the Premier League side would have gone ahead to obviously be a better option for him as a player. But where he is, I think we wait and see how the end of the season is going to transpire. But if these 6 months really die off, I'll be very, very, very perturbed, you know, as to why I went ahead to make that decision and why Hannibal chose Sevilla over Everton. Because sometimes it's not all about where the player wants to go. It's all about where the player has to obviously be and really gain experience. So for me, I was not happy with that, but we hope and pray to it that Hannibal really works well at Sevilla. So guys, thank you for watching in through. Onana returning after being knocked out of the African Cup of Nations by Cameroon. What do you make about him to face the competition of Bendeyer? Then Hannibal being dropped. And what do you make about that? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And good morning and good night, depending on where you're watching us from. The Muslims, Barak, Lao, Fikum.